Hey, what's up you guys? It's Ch37 and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below what you want to see in the future. Click that subscribe button and don't forget to turn on my post notifications. That way you lovely people get notified every single time I upload a video of whatever chapter, of whatever book we are on, or any video in general. But I know the majority of you guys are here because of my book videos. So let's get right into this. We are going to go into chapter 37 of Good Girl Bad Blood by Holly Jackson. So let's get right into it. This video may contain sensitive topics and foul language. If you do not wish to continue, please click off of the video now. You have been warned. Chapter 37. Connor stared at them both, his eyes narrowing, darkening, creasing the skin on his freckled nose. He'd come straight here when Pip texted him that she might have an urgent update. Walked out of school right in the middle of biology class. "What are you saying?" he asked, nervously, swiveling in the desk chair. Pip leveled her voice. "I'm saying that whoever Layla Mead really is, we think she's been looking for Child Brunswick, and not just because Jamie said that name to Luke. Child Brunswick was 10 at the time of the final murder in March of 2001, and he was 13 in September of 2003 when the trial began. That means that right now Child Brunswick would be 29 or recently turned 30. Every single person Layla has spoken to, including Jamie because he lied about his age, has been 29, turning 30 soon, or recently 30, and she's been asking them lots of questions. She's trying to work out who Child Brunswick is, I'm sure of it, and for some reason Layla thinks the person is in our town." But what has this got to do with Jamie?" Connor asked. "Everything," Pip said. "I think he's involved in this because of Layla. He goes to meet Luke Eaton, a meeting Layla set up, and says the words Child Brunswick to him, looking for a reaction Luke doesn't give, because he's not Child Brunswick," Connor said. "No, I don't think he is," Pip said, but then Robbie stepped in. "We know that after meeting Luke, Jamie went immediately to the abandoned farmhouse, and it's there that whatever happened. So we are theorizing that maybe," he glanced at Pip, "maybe he went to meet someone else Layla thought could be Child Brunswick, and this person did react." Who else is there?" Connor said. "Daniel De Silva or Mr. Clark?" "No," Pip shook her head. "I mean, yes, those are the two other people we know Layla was talking to, but one is a police officer and the other is a teacher. Child Brunswick couldn't be either of those things, and I think Layla would have worked out that when talking to them. As soon as Adam Clark told her he was a teacher, she stopped talking to him, wrote him off. It's someone else." "So what does this mean?" "I think it means that if we find Child Brunswick," Pip tucked her hair behind her ears, "we find Jamie." "This is crazy. How on earth do we do that?" Connor said. "Research," Pip said, dragging her laptop across the duvet and onto her lap. "Find out everything we can about Child Brunswick and why Layla Mead thinks he's here." "Which isn't easy when there's a worldwide injunction on publishing anything about him," Robbie said. She and Robbie had already started reading through the first full page of article results, nothing down, any details they couldn't find, which as yet was nothing but Child Brunswick's age range. Pip had printed out Scott Brunswick's mugshot, but he didn't look like anyone she recognized. He had pale white skin, stubble-like wrinkles, brown eyes, and hair. He was just a man, no trace of the monster he had really been. Pip returned to her search and Robbie to his, Connor joining in on his phone. It was another 10 minutes until one of them spoke. "Found something," Robbie said, in the anonymous comments on one of those old articles, unconfirmed rumors that in December 2011, Child Brunswick was living in Amherst, and he revealed his true identity to an unnamed female friend. She told people, and he had to be moved somewhere else and given another new identity. Lots of people complaining in the replies about waste of taxpayers' money. "Write it down," Pip said, reading through yet another article that was essentially a reworded version of the first one. She was next to find something, reading off the screen. "December 2016, a man from Atlanta received a suspended jail sentence of 9 months after admitting to contempt of court by publishing photos that he claimed were of Child Brunswick as an adult." Pip took a breath. The claim was false, and the Attorney General expressed his concern, saying the order in place is not just to protect Child Brunswick, but also members of the public who might be incorrectly identified as being him and consequently placed in danger. Not Not long after, Ravi got up from the bed, unbalancing Pip. He ran his fingers through her hair before going downstairs to make them all sandwiches. "Anything new?" he asked when he returned, handing plates to Pip and Connor, 2 bites already missing from his own sandwich. "Connor found something," Pip said, skimming down another page of results for the search term Child Brunswick, Fairview, Connecticut. The first few pages of results had been articles about her from last year, the child detective from Fairview who solved the Andy Bell case. "Yeah," Connor said, releasing his chewed-up lip to speak. On a subreddit for a podcast that covered the case, someone in the comments said that they heard rumors of Child Brunswick living in Scranton, Pennsylvania, posted a few years ago. "Scranton," Ravi said, resettling behind his laptop. "I was just reading a news story about a man in Scranton who committed suicide after an online mob spread false rumors that he was Child Brunswick." "Oh, he's probably who the rumors were about," Pip said, typing into her notes and returning to her search. She was now on the 9th page of Google results, and she clicked on the link third from the top, a post on 4chan, where the OP briefly outlined the case, ending with the line, "And Child Brunswick is out there right now. You might have walked past him and never knew it." The comments below were varied. Most contained violent threats about what they'd like to do to Child Brunswick if they ever found him. A few people posted links to articles they'd already found and read. One commenter said in response to a particularly graphic death threat, "You know, he was just a small child when the murders happened. His dad forced him to help," to which another comment had replied, "He still should have been locked up for life, probably just as evil as his dad. Bad seed and all that. It's in the blood." Pip was about to hit backspace out of the particular dark corner of the internet when a comment almost at the bottom of the page caught her eye from 4 months ago. "I know where Child Brunswick is. He's in Fairview, Connecticut. You know that town that's been in the news a lot recently where that girl solved the old Andy Bell case?" Anonymous, Saturday, 29th, December 11/26/53. Pip's heart picked up on the sight of it echoing around her chest as her eyes doubled back over the reference to her. The typo in Fairview must have been why it hadn't come up sooner in the search results. She scrolled down to read more in the thread. "Where did you hear this? My friend's cousin is in prison at the Osborne, Connecticut Correctional Institute, and apparently his new cellmate is from that town and says he knows exactly who Child Brunswick is. Said they used to be friends, and CB told him his secret a couple years ago." "Really?" Pip's breath shortened, barely reaching her throat anymore. She tensed and Ravi felt it, his dark eyes falling on her. Connor started to speak from the other side of the room, and Pip shushed him so she could think. "Osborne Correctional Institute?" Pip knew someone in that prison. That was where Howie Bowers had been sent after pleading guilty to his drug-related charges. He started his sentence in early December. This comment had to be about him, which meant Howie Bowers knew exactly who Child Brunswick was, and that meant, wait, Pip's mind stalled, peeling back from the mouths, months shedding them, searching for any hidden memory. She closed her eyes and focused, and she found it. "Shit!" She let the computer slide from her lap as she stood up, darting toward the desk and her phone lying on it. "What?" Connor asked. Shit, she muttered, unlocking her phone and thumbing into her photo library. She swiped down a scroll back through April and March and Josh's birthday and all the haircut photos Cara had needed her advice on, and back through January and the Reynolds New Year's Eve party and Christmas in New York with her friends to see the lights and her first dinner out with Robbie, and November and the screenshots of the first articles about her and the pictures from her 3-day stay in the hospital and the photos she'd taken of Andy Bell's planner when she and Robbie broke into the Bell house, and oh hey, she'd never noticed Jamie's name scribbled there and Andy's handwriting. Back even farther, and then she stopped. October 2nd. The collection of photos she used as leverage to get Howie Bowers to talk to her last year. The photos he made her delete and she later restored just in case. A younger Robin Kane seen handing over money to Howie in exchange for a paper bag, but that wasn't it. It was the photos she'd taken just minutes before those. Howie Bowers standing against the fence, someone walking out of the shadows to meet him, someone who handed over an envelope with money, but he wasn't buying anything, in a beige coat and a shorter brown hair than he had now, cheeks flushed. Stanley Forbes. And though the fingers Figures in her photos were static, unmoving. Their mouths were open, and Pip could almost recall the conversation she overheard 7 months ago. "This is the last time, do you hear me?" Stanley had spat out. "You can't keep asking for more. I don't have it." And Howie's response had been almost too quiet to hear, but Pip could have sworn it was something like, "But if you don't pay me, I will tell." Stanley had glared at him, replying, "I don't think you would dare." Pip had captured that very moment here, Stanley's eyes filled with desperation and anger closing in on Howie, and now she knew why. Ravi and Connor were both watching her silently as she glanced up. "And?" Ravi asked. "I know who Child Brunswick is," she said. "He's Stanley Forbes." That is the end of chapter 37. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!